Every time I talk to people about real estate investing, they come up to me saying, why don't you just put the money in the markets, Jaime? House appreciation is not that great compared to the average returns of the stock market. In this video, I will give you an analysis of both options. Investing your money for 30 years in an index fund that mimics the S&P 500 versus investing in a good rental property. And I will let you decide which one is better for you. Hi there, welcome to your channel, The Foreigner in America, where I teach locals and foreigners everything related to money, personal finances, investing, real estate, and the markets. If you're someone like myself that loves money and wants to be independent and wealthier, please subscribe to this great channel and hit that bell so you're alerted every time I upload videos. I also post on Instagram at The Foreigner in America. I post on my blog, theforeignerin.america.com, where I elaborate more on the insight. And I have a new book called A Foreigner in America Can Succeed, which you can get for the cost of a latte in the link below. First of all, let's start with the market. If you're a successful and savvy investor like Mr. Warren Buffett, if you play in the great leagues like angel investors and are able to invest in startups at pennies per stock before they go to the hundreds and thousands of dollars, or you're invited to the events to raise capital and you're an accredited investor, this comparison is not for you. This is for the average American who wants to put their hard-earned money into something. They don't know whether to buy a property and rent it or invest it on an index fund. They don't know anything about picking individual stocks, reading quarterly reports, and timing the market. If I show you this image here I got from the guys at the Motley Fool, you can see the average returns of the S&P 500 index is around 10.7% per year for the last 30 years. If we take off the commission from, let's say, Vanguard, we could say that the index fund will give you a return of 10% per year. I will use the amount of $50,000 for this particular example. If you want to do less, you could. Just remember, we're putting it against a good rental property. So if you go too low, then it will be hard to buy a property. So using this calculator over here, we place $50,000 today, compounding for 360 months at a 10% return. And never, ever touch the money again. And you end up having the amount of $872,470.11. The fascinating part here to touch base on is that you only saved $50,000 and not a single cent more. And the interest accumulated to be $822,470.12. That's impressive. So now you understand that this is a projection for 30 years and that these numbers are not set in stone. Anything can happen and your return could be 8% or 9% and affect the returns negatively. Or it could be 11% or 12% and affect them positively. Another thing to take into account is that you cannot touch the money for 30 years. Just withdrawing $1,000 from the account could change the whole game, okay? Now, let's go to the real estate scenario. For this scenario, I will get a property, which is this one for sale right now in Northport, Florida. The investment estimate is $45,500 and the rent estimate is around $1,420 a month. This property has a cap rate of 6.1%, which is over a 5%, good for residential properties. Cash flow is $53.88 per year and the 1-year value increase of $22,007. The 10-year projection is a 10.3 cash-on-cash return, which I always aim for greater than 10%, and a total return of 23.2%, which I always aim for 20% or more. The good stuff comes when you project the financials of this property for 30 years. As you can see in this image over here, there are several ways you make money when you buy a good rental property. And I keep saying good because if you only buy any property without crunching the numbers, you will get killed. make sure you watch my previous video where I explain it all. The 3 ways you make money with a property is paying off the mortgage, which is the gray area of the chart, the property appreciating or increasing in price over time, which is the blue area, and the amount of money you make by renting it, which is your cash flow or the green part of the chart. The combination of the 3 and taking vacancy and maintenance as an average will give you $818,854. This is not taking into account the tax benefits you get every year by depreciating your asset for 27 and a half years and deducting it from your taxes to pay. This specific property is actually needing only $45,500 to invest out of pocket, giving a 25% down payment on a 30-year mortgage, rehab costs of $57.50, and some closing costs. In my experience, rehab could be much lower if you decide some things don't have to be done right away and you postpone them. The same way as with the index fund, you're assuming that it will get you a 10% return and you will never touch the money for 30 years. Well, in this example, you're assuming a lot of things as well. You're assuming that the initial rent on the property is $1,420, that rents will appreciate 3% every year, the property will appreciate with the market, vacancy will account for 3%, as well as maintenance for 2% every year. In my experience, I can get higher rents than what the projection is. So in the index fund example, making a 10% return for 30 years, you made $872,470.11 versus $818,854 in the real estate example. However, the real estate example's investment was only $45,500, not $50,000. So they're much on par. Are they really? I know you're just like me, curious to know the facts, and let me show them to you. In this image here, I can show you that investing $45,500 for 360 months at a 10% annual compounding will come up to be $793,947.80. Now, let me give you the further insight for this video. Remember, I elaborate more on the insight if you read my blog at theforeignerinamerika.com. And comment about it. Investing on an index fund that mimics the S&P 500 and has a low fee for a long time is a great idea. Just imagine if instead of just putting the money into it and forgetting about it, you actually kept putting money every month. Every bonus you got, every sale you made in your business, every commission you got, every extra money you made hustling, you will just put it there and left to compound. That will turn into millions. For those people out there who are saying that real estate will never give you the returns of the market, shame on you, because I just showed you it will. But the same way that an accredited investor gets invited to invest in great stocks and probably makes stupid returns, well, expert real estate investors do multifamily deals, syndicalization, warehouses, apartment buildings, build massive lots full of houses and sell them on a 40% profit, and so on. There's always a point of comparison between a solid real estate investor and a solid market investor. My question to you is, which one do you like? Comment below. With a brokerage account linked to your checking account and automatically moving money into it, that is extremely easy. You like that one? Good for you. Would you rather own tens or hundreds of properties all around the US and deal with insurances, property managers, taxes, and vacancies? Well, good for you as well. There is no real reason to say that one will make you significantly richer than the other because it's not true. Right now, talking about the market sells and gets you views and subs. That is why everyone talks about it. And real estate is not that attractive. So they do it, but keep it secret. Save your money first. Put it aside, don't spend it impressing other people, and then follow my advice and put it to work on either an index fund that mimics the S&P 500 or a good rental property following my advice in my previous video. Thanks very much for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to this channel and hit that bell so you miss any one of my videos when they post. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, read my blog, and buy my new book for the cost of a latte. Thanks a lot. I will see you next time.